love, language, lies. Love, language, lies. Hey everybody, it's Sanford here. So, we're going to be talking about today love, language, and lies. So, let me just dive into this. When it comes to love, so many of us have been taught that love should be 50-50. Love should be fair. Love should not hurt. If you've ever been in love with someone, something, or something that you were doing, ask yourself this question: has it been painless? Has there not been any pain? Have you wished that it didn't hurt so much? And I'm going to garner to say, yeah, you wish that it didn't hurt so much. You wish that it wasn't so painful. Most people confuse love for the simplicity of never having hurt, of never being rejected, of never feeling enough. To really get to know love, you must be able to gift yourself. Gift yourself the understanding that loving yourself has been full of pain, has been full of change, has been full of hurt. And that love, that pain, that hurt, that suffering, I want you to notice that you're still here. That means, my friends, that you still love yourself. It may not be as much as you love your kids, whatever that means. As much as you love your partner, whatever that means. As much as you love your cat or your dog, whatever that means. As much as you love your stuff. But all those things are secondary to self. If you have endured up to this point, that means that you still love yourself. If you get up each day, if you strive, if you go to work, that means that you're still loving yourself. There is pain in that. And for those people that say, I don't want to be in a relationship, you're lying. For those people that say, I'm better off by myself, you're lying. For those people that say, all men are assholes, you're lying. For those men who say that all women are bitches, you're lying. That's just bold-faced fear there. You don't want to open up, you don't want to be vulnerable, you don't want to share that deepest, that deepest whole child of yourself, because you will have to have some pain, you will have to have some suffering, you will have to learn, and I want you to get this, you will have to learn to get over yourself. You will have to learn to get over yourself to really get the love you deserve from other people in the world. You can't just put it on a wish list. You can't just say, this is what I want, or this is what I deserve, or I've been around so long, I've learned all the lessons I need to learn, or I've been married, once, twice, 3 times, it never worked out. That's because you never really worked on yourself. Love is personal development before you can have the development of others in your life. Just want you to get that. Personal development before you can have the development of others' love in your life. Now, let's talk about language. All right? I'm going to talk about language because so many of us are walking around afraid to be offended. So many of us are walking around looking for reasons to judge other people. And with that, it's a language that plays in our heads. It's a language that we deliver to the world. If we are walking around constantly looking to be offended, now I'm not saying that people can't say bad things, or bad things won't happen to you, or you won't even think bad things, because you will. And people will say bad things, nasty things, terrible things to you. You know, that's part of what's going on for them. But it's very important to recognize that. Usually if people say things to you in a negative way, in a bad way for you, it's more so something going on for them. Okay, and again, I'm not judging them, because we all have emotions that so many of us try to ignore, but that's a whole nother topic altogether. The language that we speak to ourselves in is the direction that we will follow. If you say that you're not good enough, you won't be good enough. If you say that you love yourself, it may be a lie in the beginning, but I'm sure you can practice. I'm sure you can practice. That we practice, we become good at. So our language has a lot to do with how we feel, what we do, where we go, how we do it. Words, language is powerful. It's super powerful. You know, if someone calls you a terrible name, you may be able to cuss them out. You may be able to have a quick rebuttal, or you may walk away in shame or sadness. But that thought continues to fester in your mind, in your thoughts. It's a language. It plays on that brain of yours. So the reason I wanted to talk about language is because, as I said, we're walking around being offended, or looking to be offended mostly, and then we're walking around judging other people, and they go hand in hand, because we can be judged, but we don't want people to judge us. You know, we can judge other people, but we don't want them to judge us, right? We can be the judge, but they can't be the judge. All right? And if we're walking around looking at being offended as an attack on us, then we're never going to really get why these people showed up in our life. Because I'm a true believer that people show up in our life to teach us the lessons that we've either run from, avoided, or refused to confront. Run from, avoided, or refused to confront. And if you refuse to confront something that's constantly showing up in your life, it's going to constantly show up in your life. It's going to constantly show up in your life. So what language are you feeding yourself? What language are you feeding others? Are you being offended but not growing from it, but letting it weigh you down? And are you being the judge instead of being that peace that you say you want? Instead of being that open mind that you say you want? Instead of showing that empathy toward other people that you know you want? Okay? So I just wanted to just talk on that piece for a moment. Now let's finish with the last one, which is lies. We all lie to ourselves. I can't believe that as a life coach, when I work with so many young people, athletes, performers, and I think everyone is either an athlete or a performer or a combination of. We all like to move, and we all like to be entertained as well as entertaining people. So I think everyone is either an athlete or an entertainer or both. Okay, so when I started working a lot with kids, I didn't think, I actually thought that their parents wanted them to shift, to have a different way of thinking and being in the world, to really get in contact with their, what I call their extraordinary potential, their gifts, that way of expressing themselves honestly, wholeheartedly, mind, body, soul. I thought that's what the parents wanted, but many parents don't. Many parents want their children to live in the lie. Want them to live in the lie. Because if we as parents look at our lives, is this the sort of life that we want our kids to live? Do we want our kids to mirror our life? And it's not just the stuff, okay? And I always have to mention stuff, okay? Because, you know, yeah, we need money to pay the bills. We want to live in a house. We don't have to, but we want to live in a house because we want to impress everybody else. All right, that shows that we have success. We want a nice car, okay? You know, we want our boats. We want our we want our myriad of clothes and shoes. These are just wants. We want all these things, okay? Because that's that way that we've shown that we have success, mostly to other people. Let's just admit it. you know. And even if we dress down, okay, for people who are drawing lots of money and they dress down to prove that they're still connected with the world, that's still to impress people. Look at me, I'm not showing what I got, you know, da da. But what most people are missing is the connection with themselves, that heart self, that whole self. If you are currently in a relationship and you're thinking about being with someone else, or you're thinking about someone a lot, is that cheating? Are you having an affair, an emotional affair? Yeah, you are. Does that make you a bad person? No, it doesn't. Okay? If you've actually had an affair, does that make you a bad person? No, it doesn't. If you've actually brutalized someone physically, mentally, emotionally, does that make you a bad person? No, it doesn't. You had some bad behaviors, you had some bad actions, you had stuff that you more likely would regret. And now people want to tag you and say that that's what you are. That's not what you are. That is an action that you have done. Okay? So I don't want you to lie to yourself about that anymore. If you want to make the change, which most of us don't, you know, if you're still in that relationship that you say that you don't want to be in, you're still in it. If you're still single, but you say you don't want to be single. If you say you want that particular job, but you're not going after it. If you say you want to get out of a job, but you're staying in the old job. If you say, I want to be in better shape, but you don't get up in the morning, you don't do anything after work. You're great at complaining, though. You complain that you're tired. You complain that you didn't have the money to buy that gym membership. You complain the gym was too full. You complain. But in essence, folks, really what we're doing, we're just lying with ourselves. We're telling a bold-faced lie to ourselves. Our lies hold us back mostly in life. And what I figured out is that I'm not necessarily a life coach as much as I am a anti-lie coach. An anti-lie coach. Because if you go through your day, as a matter of fact, you guys go ahead and do this. I want you to go through your day and see how many lies you say to yourself, to others, to your kids, okay? And I'm back around to our kids. We lie to our kids all the time. We tell them to go to school to get a great career. That's a lie. We tell them to go to university because that will fill out your life. You'll get a great career. That's a lie. We tell our kids to do what they love doing. We're telling them a lie. We're telling our kids they can do anything that they want to do. That's a lie. That's a lie, and you know it, okay? We are trapped in a myriad of lies in our life, and we have to go back. We literally have to go back and start to unfold those lies because we actually are living in a day-to-day lie as well. Most people don't want to live with connections to other people because it's too damn hard. I would have to tell the truth. I would have to open my heart. I would have to be vulnerable, and I would have to be first in doing that. I don't want to get hurt, so I'm going to lie. We don't want to connect with nature, so we stay in our homes, you know, when it's raining. Rain is beautiful. We stay in our home when it's too hot. The sun is powerful. We stay in our homes when we don't want to go out into the world and recognize that we're a part of it. Okay? So we have a disconnection, that we have disconnections with ourselves. We don't truly want to know ourselves. We don't want to know that we have flaws. We don't know that we've made mistakes, that we've told lies, that we avoided situations, that we're so judgmental of other people. We're constantly lying to ourselves about that. To be able to confront that is going to require something that most of us, that all of us have. We all have it, and it's called courage. Maya Angelou says that courage is the most powerful and the most essential virtue that we all need, because without courage we cannot practice any other virtue consistently. We cannot practice any other virtue consistently without practicing courage. We all have it. I'm big on social justice, particularly with the injustices and the oppression of black people in the world. Now, I truly believe that black people are being oppressed. What I want you to recognize is if that triggered anything in you. If it triggered something in you, then you need to address it because you've been lying to yourself about it. I'm also super passionate about mental health and the stigma around that we put on other people and we put on ourselves. If you recognize that you have a mental health issue, you are starting to step into your truth. You're starting to stop lying to yourself. Because most people don't want to admit that across the board we all have mental health issues. Trauma is a mental health issue. Addictions, mental health issue. Fear, mental health issue. Okay? It doesn't mean that you belong in a padded room. Okay? But what it does mean is that you're isolating yourself, you're disconnecting yourself from so many people that could possibly be a connection for you in your life, that could possibly push you to that next level. And yes, I said push. We're not going to move forward without a push. We're not going to move forward without a push. If it's not challenging you, you will not grow. If it's not challenging you, you will not address it. Okay? And when I say address it, you will either try to run, you will either get angry, you will try to avoid it, or you will go, okay, I need to address this. And I'm starting to address it. But let me tell you this. Willpower is not enough. You need people in your corner. Every great boxer, every boxer has someone in their corner. They have what they corner men and women. They have people in their corner. Okay? Got someone patching up your wounds. All right? You know, you're taking the blows, they're patching you up. You got someone that's working on the mind because you're telling yourself you can't go on. It's too hard. They're better than you. You're going to fail. You're not going to be able to do it. You got someone talking to you, you know, strategy. Okay, hey, you know, I think that we should try this. I think that you should do this. Make sure that you practice that. Remember what we did in training. You need someone talking to you like that, you know. And then, of course, you know, you got that referee. That referee is in the ring. Okay, you got that referee keeping things on the up and up. Okay, sometimes you get a low blow. Sometimes you fall down. Sometimes you get knocked down. Okay, referee is there to make sure that, you know, you're sticking to your boundaries, you're sticking to the rules. You're breaking some of the rules. Okay, you don't have to be like the other boxer. You don't have to be like the other challenger. Okay, you got your own thing. What is your thing? What is your style? What is your flavor? Okay, what is your path? What is your journey? Okay, we have to stop lying to ourselves because that's the thing that's holding most of us back. And I know you can go online and you can look at all these gurus, these Brandon Bouchers, these Jay Shettys, Eric Thomas, Celeste Brown, Mel Robbins, you know, Oprah Winfrey. There's so many great people out there that we can watch and look at as role models. But my question to you is, who do you have in your everyday life? Someone that's there for you, someone that's challenging you, what I call the who's in your boat. Who's in your boat? To me, there's 6 people that should be in your boat consistently, plus yourself, making 7 people. Okay? Those 6 people should be challenging you, should be supporting you, should be calling you out on your BS, should be aware that you're being too sensitive about things. Okay? If you're fat, you're fat. Just say it. Okay? Stop beating around the bush. I need to lose weight. I don't want to work out for that. You know, if I work out for that reason, then, you know, I'm going to lose my focus. No. You're fat, just say it. If you're out of shape, just say it. If you're got out of school and you don't want to read anymore and write anymore and study anymore, you're going to be stupid. You just got to say it what it is. If you start calling yourself on the truth of what every situation is, then you have a foundation that you can draw from. You know, for many years, I got out of school and I just pursued my performance career, okay? Because I worked hard at it. I wanted to be the best at it, and I got to a certain level. But that level, and heading toward that level, I forgot to practice financial intelligence. So a lot of that money just went out to the wind, and I don't know where it went, okay? You have to well-round yourself, okay? You got to get people around you to help you understand the stuff that you don't, to help you see your blind spots, okay? To help you understand you don't know every freaking thing. And with that said, for you people out there that have a skill base in certain things and you know other people are struggling with it, reach out and help other folks. Reach out and help other folks. We have to build this connection, all right? because you have gifts that other people can use, and other people have gifts that you can use. And we have to get over our stubborn, foolish, crazy little attitudes about I don't need help. Yes, you do. Let me say it again. Yes, you do. I'm going to say that one more time. You do need help, but you're pretending like you got it all under control and you don't. That's a mental health issue, my friends. Okay? So I'm asking you, I'm begging you. Love is painful. It doesn't mean it doesn't have the joy. It does. Open yourself to it. Really open yourself to it. Stop looking for a way out and find a way in. And language, what are you saying to yourself? How are you saying it to yourself? What are you refusing to see because you just blah, 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 just talking too much? Okay? Language is not just this hole in our face. Okay? We were born with 2 ears for a reason. All right? Listening is also a language. Okay? Listening is also a language. And then what lies are you telling yourself? I want you to keep count today of how many lies you tell yourself and how many lies you tell others. Okay? And if you're really adamant about this, I want you to write them down. Write them down. All right? And I know a lot of people look at videos because they're looking for quick solutions. There are no quick solutions. Okay? So whatever age you are, you didn't get there from 1 to 15, 1 to 26, 5 to 50. You didn't just pop in there. It's a process. Love, language, lies. Do the work. Thank you guys for listening. Talk soon. See ya.